Hi, guys. You can see me. I'm back on the road having so much fun. You can see me at the Brea Improv with Josh Potter opening for me on just one night, the 27th of this very month. And then you can see me again August 27th and 29th at the Hartford Funny Bone. On September 30th to October 2nd, you can see me at the House of Comedy in Dallas.
Hi, I'm Esther.
I'm Khalyla.
I'm Annie.
And we're in Palm Springs, and I don't know why.
Well, here's what happened. Esther, you said you were going on a family vacation.
Yes,
we
I
thought,
did.
Wait a second, you're not allowed to have any fun without us. So
yeah, are we
Annie
not
and I-
family, bitch? Oh, I'm sorry. I guess we have to crash this and show her how important we are to her.
Annie and I called each other. We said, pack your little whore bags. We're going to crash this family love affair.
And I found my sluttiest outfit.
Her sailor. It's a sailor's outfit. So here we are. We're in some version of a Super 8. Annie chose tacky. The colors are bright.
This is the nicest hotel room I've ever been in. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
So welcome to our last minute Palm Springs episode.
Plus, my parents are here.
So far, it has been a hit or a bust for you, Annie.
I think it's a hit thus far. I've been here for 15 minutes. Nothing crazy's happened. George did forget the bananas, so that is an issue.
That will need to be worked out within the next 20
Do you
minutes.
not have any snacks for us?
Like I said, it was hard work bringing the baby for the first time. So,
Oh, that's right.
I don't care about your baby bullshit, okay? Your wife has to handle the baby. You're just the guy, okay?
I actually handled the baby for an hour in my arms.
Aw.
Here?
Oh, is the baby here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Did you shake him a little?
He was so cute. I couldn't do anything but just stare.
Oh.
I love little things. Oh, Tommy.
My young man is here, and he went over to TJ Maxx to get me a swimsuit. Got me two options.
Your dog or your husband?
My husband? You really are
Your
pushing
assistant.
the marriage narrative.
Well, the
right?
way
Are you trying to get a joint wedding?
I was listening to you talk about Todd on a previous episode, and you're talking about who's dying first. It's like,
Well,
that's
there's
marriage, babe.
is of death. It is. Well, all my boyfriends I think that with.
That one will die. That
Well, you think about why I usually date like fat, disgusting, drug addicted monsters. So I literally watch them sleep thinking, is this it? Is this the last breath?
What's it like so far, Palm Springs, with your baby Esther?
So far, it's been great. This is our first time to Palm Springs, and it's been amazing. You know, it beat our expectations.
I enjoy the heat.
Yeah.
And we go walking every morning. Esther's been very cordial. And
Cordial.
right.
Does she walk you does she hold you like this, both of
No,
you,
but-
her arms out?
I'm surprised at her newfound matureness.
Oh, it's fake.
Mature. What was it like before? Let's say immature Esther. What would Palm Springs would have been like with immature Esther?
I want to go home.
That's how bad she hates her house. She likes Palm Springs.
No, this is the first vacation we've taken together. It's been years. But I have to say that she has planned and coordinated
Oh, my,
everything.
yeah.
She's like taken over. So
I'm a
Who are
good
you,
girl.
we're
Esther?
the guests, and we just showed up. That's it.
Oh.
So
And what else was it like in the past?
She wants to be
we do all the
shown-
work and the planning and the coordinating while you just lay there.
And now when you're doing things for Esther, is she going, do more? Or is she like, this is enough?
Well, she had a breakdown in Target, and she says, you have to move here. I'll do anything. I don't care what it costs. You have to move here.
She honestly does seem like she is searching for you guys and her friends.
It's just when my mom is there, it's like she follows me around and like picks up after me.
Right, which is what you've been trying to, you've pretty much been auditioning friends to do
Yeah.
this
But
for
you know, Esther, I am the exact same way. I am a very actualized adult until my mom shows up, and I've completely regressed into just being an absolute child.
Yeah.
Comb my hair, Ma. I just don't want to do anything when she's around, just because, and in fact, this was her thing. She wasn't supposed to come to Palm Springs. I decided to drive late last night because I needed a car, and I asked to borrow her car, and she was like, yeah, only if I get to come as well.
I come with the car.
You treat me to a breakfast.
She's like, you can borrow the car. She was just seatbelted in it.
Yeah. Treat me to a breakfast. I get to have a margarita by the pool. And she thought that was the vacation. But as soon as we walked through this door, I was like, Ma, can you do this? Can you do this? And the whole night, she just massaged my head. She's like, this is not what I fucking signed up for.
You know what?
Oh, that's nice. So she's here?
She's here. Yeah. She's
Where's
having
she?
a margarita at the pool.
Oh, that's
She's
great.
hitting on my boyfriend.
Oh, you know what?
Well, Dave and I had a margarita last night.
You split one?
Yeah, Dave and I did.
My mom has not had alcohol since I was born.
Really?
And she like,
But she had it while she was pregnant with you?
yeah, a lot of it. But why did you have a margarita last night? Just because Dave wanted it?
Well, yeah, he didn't want to drink alone. So
Oh,
I thought,
poor Dave. He's been drinking alone this whole time.
Now, do you love Dave more than you love me?
well, we all love Dave.
Everybody loves Dave, and we seek his approval.
Everybody does love Dave.
Now, how does Dave act around your parents? Is he very doting to them, or does he do that sort of Dave thing that makes you want more?
He takes care of us.
Yeah.
He's very nice.
But I like what you said about when your mother's here, you revert back to when you were a child.
Yeah.
Do me, mommy, do me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sister.
Can it be helped, though? I just don't think, like, it can be helped.
Well, the mother likes it too, you know.
Yeah.
Likes that.
Esther, I do my laundry unless my mom's with me. Then everything is folded for me, and I sit there and I beg her to cook for everything. Mommy this, mommy that.
Dave and I have gotten to fights before because Dave doesn't like when my mom does his laundry. But every time she comes, the first thing she does is start doing our laundry.
Why does he not like it?
He just says it's weird that she's like touching his stuff.
His doo-doo pants?
I know.
Bobby has no problem.
Well, Mary is not happy unless she has a load in the washing machine.
Well, Esther's not happy unless she has a
mean-
load in her pants. So.
I'm not the type of person that just can sit still. I have to keep moving.
Oh,
If
Right.
I see a mess, I'm going to clean it. Dirty
Yeah.
dish.
Oh,
You know
exactly
what's-
like my
I'm just
mom.
seeing
Yeah.
in Esther,
Anything,
she has that,
you know?
but she doesn't actually do it. And so she's just sitting there with it rolling in.
Yeah, I'm just sitting there like wanting it to be done, but there's no way I can move.
Your head is like spinning that like, I gotta clean. And you're just like,
That's why this is a vacation, because, I mean, it was perfect, because if we were at her house, I probably would have organized it from top to bottom.
Yeah.
So
Well, we'll be there
this-
tomorrow.
This way it gives me a chance. I will say that first morning I did wake up and I went into her room and I just started folding and going through stuff and organizing. You know,
And
I
what
just
did you think
can't-
of the state of my house?
It's in bad shape.
but better shape now.
And this is not an act. This is the way she is. She can't stop. I think it's she needs medication.
But what was your life like before Mary? Were you a slob?
Yes.
Kind of.
Yeah.
If there's a word under us or over us.
Yeah. A little bit. You were like one step up slob.
Well, I was a bachelor. I hadn't been married till I was 44 years old.
Oh, what a dog.
Yeah.
Were you dating a lot though?
Not that much, but I was 44, and my wife was 28 when I met her. And my lawyer said I should have adopted her because it might have been cheaper.
Oh my God, the dad jokes have begun.
And that was just for me.
Wait, how did you feel after your first sip of alcohol in, what is it, 30 years?
Over 30 years,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
She wanted more.
Well, no, I felt a little tipsy, but I was like, I stopped. You know, we didn't finish the drink because afterwards we went for a walk and I had to hold on to it.
Are you serious?
And I didn't want to wake up with a hangover either.
It's hard to fold when you're drunk too. You gotta have those folding hands ready and able.
That's good.
What did you guys listen to on the way over here? Like, what's the general theme and vibe in
Can
the
I
car
guess? Esther complain.
on
No
road
music.
trips?
I don't like, if it's so this road trip is only 2 hours, and for me that's not enough to warrant like a playlist. That's only enough time for talking. So I would need to be like cross country to have like a playlist or a podcast. But in fact, I was thinking, because I need a new car, in the next few years.
A few months, I hope.
And I was thinking that the kind of car I want it to be a car where the front seat and the back seat are close together so that it's easy for everybody to hear each other when you're talking. If if everyone's in the car,
It's
because
called a coupe dependent.
It's called a Miata. Just crushed it.
It's a Miata.
because my dad in the back seat, he was the front seat and he can never hear.
But he's hard of hearing. He needs hearing aids.
I know. And are you resisting them? My dad's in the same place. You don't want to be an old man, right? You don't want it.
What?
No, it's too expensive. No,
don't
it's
want to.
he doesn't want it because it costs money, right?
But doesn't insurance cover that?
No.
You get fucked when you're
Yeah,
over.
you
huh?
get the one with the horn then.
That's the one thing Medicare
That's the
doesn't
free
pay
one.
for.
Do you want a
Hearing
hearing aid? I'll buy you a hearing aid.
Only
Will
one.
you
though.
wear 'em? While you're at it, get him a TV that has closed caption and Bluetooth so he can wear a headset.
That's what my dad
I
does.
don't have to listen to it every night. He has it cranked up all the way to the highest volume. And we fight every night. I'm
Check.
like, turn it down. Turn it down.
But you guys have the extra bed. Like, I feel like if it was me, I would just want to sleep
Well,
separate.
I threatened to, but he doesn't want me to sleep in the other room. I'm like, are you ready for separate rooms?
Yeah, is this going? Is this happening?
I'm hoping he'll say yes.
Who's gonna make my bed?
She'll come in. She'll come in.
I know.
She'll be drinking her morning coffee or tea and
Or
making her
margarita.
bed. Margarita, I know. Now she's a drunk. This is actually an intervention. We all got here together to tell you, Mary. We're very worried about you.
two empty bedrooms, so I can move into either one of them.
Now that I stay in the basement, I guess you could have my room.
And to Esther, the upgrade is the basement. How do you guys feel about that? She's finally
I'm
gotten
so glad she's in the basement now.
less trouble in the basement.
I like the basement. Have you slept in a basement lately?
We didn't have basements where I'm from.
They just had dirt on the ground.
In the Philippines?
In the Philippines,
Palm
yeah.
trees.
So
like
attics and
fronds.
basements were a really like American novelty for me. So the first time I ever saw someone's attic, I was like, "What are you?" You only see it in the movies, like
Is that
in
why you're
Casper.
into? That's why you're into Bobby because he's an addict.
Yeah. So the first time I went into like a friend's attic in high school, I was just
You're
in
like,
awe.
oh my god.
That's what I saw in the
It
movies.
is, yeah, like it really is.
Or-
those are like the nefarious floors. It's the attic. And the
Yeah.
ceiling are
Cool.
weird.
And one of my favorite movies growing up was the Christmas Vacation National Lampoons with Chevy Chase. And I remember that scene where he's up in the attic watching that old movie of his family. And then I don't know if it's Randy Quaid.
Oh yeah,
I don't know if it's him who pulls the thing
I
down.
think it is, yeah.
Yeah, but that whole scene was like stuck in my head. I was like, they have those little mini things in American homes. And so it's really cool. So no, I don't know what it's like sleeping in a
I
basement.
lived in the
Esther.
attic. Our
What do you
basement
mean?
wasn't finished.
Your room was in the attic?
Yeah, they like finished. The attic was finished though, so it was like yeah.
You had the attic room? They put the
Well, it
girl
was
there?
Well, my older brother Timmy had one, and then it was my dad's office. But then I traded. But then I was smoking cigarettes, so I went. I know, it was so bad. And then not anymore though. Look, your dad's kind of into it though. But Mary, you got a little competition. We have a spark. But Esther, how would you feel if I became your
Take
new
off.
mother?
Oh my God. Yesterday, my mom wakes up and they're talking about like their ages. And my mom's like, so in a couple years, your dad will be 80 and I'll be 65. And then she goes, single and ready to mingle.
My parents are 9 years apart, but you guys really you beat them out
yeah.
big time because it's 15.
Yeah.
That's a nice. High five.
Do you know what's crazy is on this show, I mentioned a few weeks ago that my parents were married in a courthouse by a blind judge in Chicago. And I got a DM from a listener who was like, hey, you should reach out to the comedian Mateo Lane because his grandfather was a blind judge in Chicago.
Oh my god.
Mateo Lane from New York.
Yeah, and I reached out to him, and his grandfather married my parents.
Yes.
All because a listener of the show messaged me. I found out.
$10.
Wow.
Yeah, I had to go grab the
You gave him a
marriage
$5 though?
certificate and verify.
It was $10 to get married, but you slipped him a $5 because he was blind.
I want my money back.
Yeah.
Is that how you guys got married in a courthouse?
Mm-hmm.
Dream come true. Absolute dream wedding is
Oh,
courthouse
yeah.
wedding.
That's where to go.
Why did you do that?
Well, I was married before, and I didn't need another wedding, and he didn't spend the money. And I didn't have anybody to invite because all my family was out of state and out of the country. And he felt like if he had a wedding, he had to invite all his aunts and uncles and his cousins.
My father had 13 brothers and sisters.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
And my mother had 9, so...
I always feel like the big weddings seem to be, that's got to be so disappointing for people anyway. It's like, do you want a big wedding?
It's
No.
just so much money.
For nothing.
It's like
for one day.
at least $100,000. Like that gets you like a small, not that big of, like it's so much money. It's crazy. And do you know there's a new show out? It's like they have couples on, and each couple has to decide, do they want, I think they get $50,000 or something like that. And they have to decide to either put it towards their dream wedding
Or mortgage.
or
a down
a down payment on a
payment,
house.
yeah.
And is there anything crazier than picking the wedding
And
over a house? You could have the wedding at the house.
But everyone picks the fucking wedding.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
It's really weird.
Well, we know a couple that, remember that kid that I used to work with? His wife's father asked them if they wanted a nice wedding or a house. I mean, not just a down payment, a house.
Yeah.
And the wedding was $200,000.
I don't remember who.
And they chose the wedding.
They
Oh my God.
did.
That's why you don't remember him. Forgettable.
Yeah,
How
right.
dare you make
No,
those
we were at
decisions?
your house. So, well, anyway.
If it was like, I think it's a clear cut choice unless the show was, do you want $50,000 for a wedding, $50,000 for a down payment on a house, or $50,000 worth of crab legs? It would be a little bit tough for me. That would be the one.
That should be its own Netflix show.
Yeah, that is
Crab legs or
true.
mortgage.
$50,000 worth of sushi. I feel like
It's a lifetime of like
Wait,
delicious
Esther, it's not a
food.
lot. Oh, you're fucking yourself. I'm
50,000.
sorry. I
Okay,
shouldn't
wait.
curse in front of parents. You're bamboozling yourself.
Yeah, you're right.
Because
Do you curse in front of them? Do you curse?
Yes.
yeah, are you
I
kidding?
don't even
me?
remember if you curse. I really get so confused when I see you in person. I'm so used to.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
Khalyla,
Yes.
I heard that this episode today is sponsored by Blue Chew.
It is. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but in chewable form and at the fraction of a cost.
And they deliver to you so you can deliver it to us, you know?
Annie,
The big thing,
Do you have
you
to
know?
say it like that? You guys, stop. Blue Chew's tablets help men achieve.
Harder, stronger erections to combat all forms of erectile dysfunction.
Blue Chew is an online prescription service, so no visits to the doctor, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy. And it ships right to your door in a discreet package.
The process is simple. Sign up at bluechew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers.
Once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. And the best part, it's all done online.
Blue Chew's tablets are made in the USA and they prepare and ship direct, so it's cheaper than a pharmacy.
And guess what, you guys? We've got a special deal for our listeners. You can try Blue Chew free when you use promo code BATHGIRLS at checkout. Just pay $5 for shipping. That's bluechew.com, promo code BATHGIRLS to receive your first month free. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring this podcast. You guys, this episode is sponsored by Apostrophe, a prescription skincare company for people that are ready to take their acne seriously. You guys, prescription acne treatment actually works, but it's hard to get, and you have to take time off of work to see a doctor and sit in line at the pharmacy for your medications. It's absolutely annoying and not okay until Apostrophe. Apostrophe makes it easy to see a board-certified dermatologist online. You'll get treated immediately and your medications are delivered to your home. Simply fill out Apostrophe's online questionnaire about your skin concerns and medical history, snap a few selfies, and your dermatologist will get back to you with a customized treatment plan tailored just for you.
Send your duck face selfie in and get rid of your acne. Come on. What's better than that?
Whatever your skincare goals are, whether it's to treat adult acne, reduce dark spots, that's mine, my melasma, or improve
too.
your skin texture. Apostrophe gives you that basically it's a virtual dermatologist.
Yeah.
And who doesn't want that or need that?
No, because my dermatologist that I used to see was all the way across town, like traffic, expensive parking. Now I use Apostrophe. My skin is better and I'm not wasting a whole day where I could be FaceTiming Annie.
And yeah, and on top of
While
that,
driving.
it's like sometimes like really bad acne needs to be treated inside out.
You guys can get $15 off your first visit with a board certified dermatologist at apostrophe.com/bathgirls and use our code BATHGIRLS. This code is only available to our listeners. So to get started, just go to apostrophe.com/bathgirls and click begin visit and then use code BATHGIRLS at sign up and you'll get $15 off your dermatology visit.
That's apostrophe.com/bathgirls and use the code bathgirls to get your dermatology visit for $15 off. And we thank you, Apostrophe, for sponsoring this podcast. Esther, if you go to Japan, they take these big like tuna fish, right? And they're worth millions.
Right.
They're big. 50,000,
Millions?
you get a slab. So yeah, thankfully you have me for that intervention. I would never have you choose the
She went
sushi.
sugarfish.
Okay, fine. $50,000 of oat milk lattes.
That's a better choice.
Just have a small backyard wedding, immediate family, and say your IDs and be done with it.
Yeah.
But you wanted a
All three
dance
of you can
number.
do it.
Yeah.
Here's one thing I was thinking that was appealing to me lately was if I could put on like a romantic gesture musical number for Dave, a review.
He'd be so embarrassed, by the way.
Oh my
He'd
God,
be
there's
so
nothing more
humiliated.
embarrassing.
All your friends flash him as you're doing it.
No, I would do a big musical review in front of him and all his friends and family. And it'd be all about how much I love him. That appeals to me.
And if you did just pictures of him throughout his life, but there's not a view, it's just him.
Oh, then it would be like his childhood bedroom.
Why don't all three of you get married at the same time?
I know. We're going to try, if we have kids, we're going to try to plan that together. Too.
Well, let me just say
Did we
that
tell you that you're going to have a kid with us at the same time?
No,
yet?
I remember.
Okay.
yeah, that's a for sure. That was a blood pact, right? I told Bobby, I was like, look, this is the deal. I made a deal with those devils.
We're trying to get
And
our
it turns
ovulation
out-
all together.
Yeah.
Wait, let's talk wedding
Wait,
though,
if you-
because
That would be fun if we.
when we first started the show,
Yeah.
you mentioned to us
I'm
that
half engaged. We're unsure of where
Yeah.
that stands.
Well, we can get
Yeah.
a hold of that blind judge and
Oh
get
my God.
$25 to do all three.
Wait, how old is
I'd
that
be
blind
married to
judge
Dave
now?
accidentally. She'd be married to Todd. You're stuck with Bobby.
sorry.
Shit.
Bobby married himself somehow. Like, oh my God.
I would marry Bobby for the clothes.
Good choice.
The clothes sharing.
Yes.
Now, what do you mean you're half engaged? Because you told us that this was kind of happening, it seemed like.
Right. So he had asked in a very nonchalant, very unemotional way, and I rejected that. And we sat down in therapy, and I was like, "Look, I'm not normally somebody who likes weddings or even cares about ever being engaged."
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "But the way he asked me made it just altogether worse for me. I wish he hadn't even asked at all. I wish he had just gone. We had just gone our whole lives together, never even mentioning the thought of a wedding." But the way he asked me made me feel like, oh, is this relationship over?
Well, how did he ask you?
He said,
Plan
If
the
you
wedding.
Plan a wedding.
If you plan it.
that's exactly how he said it. Hey, he was
I
on
like
his way
that it
to
was a
Hawaii.
command. It wasn't even a question. It was like he just commanded you.
Yeah,
to do something.
I was packing his clothes for Hawaii, packing his suitcase. And he was like, hey, babe, plan a wedding. I'm going to go play Warzone. And then he went back to his video games. And I was like, oh.
You know what would have been awesome though if as he said that and you were packing his things,
Yeah.
in the bottom of his thing, in socks, it was like, marry me. And there was a little.
something. Any gesture would have been fine besides that gesture.
Now, this brings me to the next question is, Annie, would you would you marry Todd? And what would who would propose to who?
Who gave her this gene? By the way? This is a very uncomfortable gene. It's a very inquisitive.
Well, if you're uncomfortable, it's from him. But if it's
no.
nosy,
We live the same life. This is we have the
uncomfortable is my dad, nosy is my mom.
same- Listen, jokes at you is your dad. Mean ones about you is a combo.
By the way, that
know.
was really funny when I walked in and I said, I'm so fat today. And Annie was like, it's just 'cause your mom is in town.
You're not fat. Your mom's in town. We've all been through it. Okay.
I feel the exact same way.
The honest, sharp tongue of a mother.
Esther, you and I actually have a lot of things in common.
What?
When I'm
We're both beautiful.
well, yes, but my mom is very fit and youthful and in a lot better shape than me. So when I'm standing next to her, my self-esteem collapses. Where I'm like, God, somehow, yeah, and she always says things like, don't worry, you're just like me. When you get pregnant, you're just going to snap back like that. I'm like, I don't think so. I haven't had a baby and I haven't snapped back.
I know I'm waiting to snap once.
I know.
Esther, you really embraced the part of Palm Springs. It's like a retired older person that wants to play golf.
Just be
resent that.
just be comfortable. Yeah, well, my mom never says you're just like me because she told me that when I was in college and I gained weight, she's like, you gained more weight than I did when I was 9 months pregnant with you.
But you were a 2-pound baby, if that does help.
That's true. But what would a proposal with Todd even look like?
I mean, I'm definitely not ready for that. I think
You're
I would
not.
be like, we don't talk like we're going to break up at any point, but I'm definitely not like, I make it clear that he'd be,
Here's what I really
let's
like
get
about
pizza.
Not
Todd.
rushing to walk down the aisle.
I'm not like, yeah, we've been together a year. It's all been in COVID. I'm excited to get life back to normalcy, but I've never had a better boyfriend. I love him.
I love Todd.
Yeah, he's a
He
good.
bought you 2 swim.
Oh
you
my
asked
God,
and-
he's so dead to me because of those. Actually,
Wait, hold
I
on. Can you
forgot.
pass those to me,
I'm
George?
single. I'm not only not going to marry him.
Here's what happened, guys. So Annie, we're
These are
at
cute.
a party.
Yeah.
Is this a party motel in
yeah,
Palm Springs?
we're in like a.
And Annie said, Todd, go get me some
Palm Springs
swimsuits.
break.
I think that he did a great job. Look at this.
Yes.
This
I agree.
and a high-waisted.
Oh, why would I want
Bottom,
a high waisted?
And then you threw it at his face and said, you're
I
single.
wish it-
No,
his
you know what
face.
you don't like is that it's high cut bikini.
It's disgusting.
But high cut. No, you don't want not high cut.
Yes, I do. I just want a string bikini, a regular thing that he sees
Oh,
me
you
wear
want a
every
string
time.
bikini?
I get a tan.
I'm
it's
out.
a tan.
Oh, it's all about
Oh, it's
the
a tan. That,
Yeah,
you're
I'm
right.
not wearing-
It's-
So I'm gonna have a line right here. I wear my stomach out.
I actually don't think. Look, it's a U back.
Okay, that one is hideous.
It's like, what
That one is-
grandmother did he get that for?
That one is weird that he got it.
Well,
But
look.
guys are stupid. Guys are really stupid.
I
Like,
also said, do not
they
get
have
me a
no-
one piece.
They have no sense of fashion.
No.
Yeah.
dude, one time, our friend John Campanelli, he, during the pandemic, he was going to the grocery. This is like before, like I was going to the grocery store. It was like right when it started. And he was going to the grocery store. So I was like, can you please just get me some garlic? Like I'm about to cook something. I just need garlic. And he comes over with 2 onions. And I'm just like, he's like, oh, I thought garlic and onions were the same
Oh
thing.
no. Who raised
He thought it
him?
was just like a
Guys
large...
are dumb. It's just I feel like some guys just they're like lacking those.
That's
Oh,
really
for
bad.
sure.
What's an onion?
He could have. It would have been smart if he had gotten something like a shallot, something that's sort of in
Right.
between.
Totally.
But honestly, you know what? Those swimsuits do feel like I asked for a garlic and I got an onion.
That's
I
what I'm
said,
saying.
get me like what I always wear.
I
And then said, do
disagree.
not get me a one piece. But you know
I think
what
he
I've
got you
learned?
1 garlic, 1 onion.
But you know what? I will tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
I have learned in life, you cannot tell people what you don't want because they just hear the word and then they get you
Yeah.
what you don't want. So you always have to say the thing
Yes.
you want.
Yeah.
I should have said,
Oh.
I want a string bikini.
When you ask, here's the lesson: when you ask a guy for garlic, he's gonna bring you onions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have to go. Maybe with John. With John, I just can't even believe he did that for you. See, she's auditioning mothers.
My dad never used to pay for bulbs in general. Onion, garlic, or shallots.
What
No
do you mean?
bulbs.
Lights, no light in the house.
Bulbs, nothing. He just thought that bulbs were from the earth and that everything, garlic and onion, should be free. They shouldn't be farmed, and that he would shove garlic and onion in his pocket, buy the rest of the groceries, and never pay for the garlic and
Oh,
onion
he would
in
just
his
steal
pocket.
it.
He would just steal bulbs. And that was his thing. That was his life motto. Don't pay for bulbs.
That sounds like someone I know.
I like,
like
it. I
that.
like his style.
Yeah, like if it comes from the dirt, it's mine. I like that.
Yeah.
I mean, farmers have to make it though.
I mean, sure, but his thing is it's like such a basic basis for all foods that we cook.
Yeah, you need it.
It's almost like you shouldn't pay for salt either, kind of thing. So he had his own theories about
maybe you shouldn't pay for food either.
if you farm yourself, yeah. But if there's labor there, you should fucking pay for it.
Food should be free.
Can the government give us? Now I'm a socialist, but can the government give us food?
You know how bad the food would be?
That's so
It's
true.
so
It'd be way worse
disgusting.
than like lunchroom.
So many carbs. We'd be all eating gluten. Let's just say that.
Now, Mom, speaking of lunchrooms, you used to work in the lunchroom in my elementary school.
Yes.
What
I
was
the
it
lunchroom
like?
mom.
What was it like when I came into the lunchroom every day.
But wait, were you working there to actually have the job or to keep an eye on your little munchkin?
Part-time job just to get out of the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what was it like when I came in the lunchroom?
She couldn't see you. You were under the thing.
She was always happy to see me come over.
Aw.
That's so cute.
I know, that's so cool to have your mom work at
Yeah,
this
she
I was
school.
loved
so,
it.
but see, some kids are really ashamed when they see their parents in school.
That's
so-
more middle. For me, that was middle school. Middle school.
Junior high?
Yeah, junior high I was
When
embarrassed.
guys started hitting on her.
When
your
when
boyfriends
one day
cheated
she
on you
came
with
to
it?
pick me up from school on Halloween, she was wearing a witch's hat, and that was like horrifying.
Just be happy that it was on Halloween. Imagine any other day. That would be way worse.
That would be your parents, Annie.
Yeah.
That is, I know. Do you know what my parents did to me once? Oh my God. They picked me up. I was in Hawaii. And I come back. That was my dolphin training time. I came back. They were in the Philadelphia airport wearing Rasta wigs with the racist dreadlocks in the Philadelphia airport. I was the only white person on the plane. They came out there like, yeah, man. And they had like dolphin, what do you call them? Balloons. And it was just such a spectacle. It was so embarrassing. I was like, oh my God.
Now, Mom, you watch Bloodbath every week.
Yes, I do. I'm a huge fan. I love it.
She got
Oh, Mary, you're a
Wow.
slug.
Yeah.
You're an honorary slug.
Yes, I do. I love it.
What do you think of it?
I think you girls are great. You're entertaining. I laugh.
We got chemistry.
Yeah.
I can't talk while she's watching it. She's just so into it, really. And it's Tuesday right away as soon as it's on. Is it
Aw.
Tuesday?
Yes. Yeah.
That's so
Tuesdays at
sweet.
9 a.m. California time.
Yeah. Right. She loves it.
Yeah.
And you're listening while cleaning?
No,
Or you're
are you kidding
focused.
me? I'm totally focused. Yes, I sit there the whole hour and 8 minutes, 14 minutes, whatever.
So you're
it
all
is.
caught up. You know all
Oh,
our
yeah.
deepest, darkest.
I'm so jealous of
And the
that.
clothes
My
are
parents
laying
don't
all over the floor.
No
My dad's
lunch.
laying there. He needs his diaper changed.
Legs up. He's very flexible.
He's
I
hungry.
always say to Todd, I'm always like, I cannot believe you left my mess out here. Like, this is ridiculous.
That's fine.
No, I'm very happy for you girls. And
Thank
very
you.
proud of you.
Thank
We're so
you.
glad you're watching.
Yes.
Do you feel like
Some-
we've come so far? Are you
Oh,
proud?
For sure. Yes. I mean, every episode gets better and better.
Esther and I did this podcast forever ago, and she goes, she's like, oh, you shave your happy trail. Do you care if I say that? And I was like, yeah, you can't. But she had already said it was so funny. It just made me laugh.
Wait, happy trails are something to be embarrassed about?
This was like 2013.
I thought it was something to grow out.
grow out of.
I've always had
A hairy
just
stomach?
a hairy stomach, and
Well,
I've
that's
never
where you catch your
cared.
little pets to play with, your little bug pets.
This is a net.
Khalyla grew up in the Philippines.
Yes.
We're going to take a trip there. What do you think about your daughter in the Philippines? Are you worried?
Esther, I actually think the Philippines is a match for you. People are very sweet and doting, and it's a place where any old person can feel like royalty and a princess. Hand and foot.
What is the
served
f-
hand and foot.
What's the food like?
Very basic. Do you like rice?
Yes.
A lot of organic stuff like grilled vegetables, rice, soups, lots of fruits. Very clean stuff to eat.
Is the fruit really fresh and tasty there?
The best, unmatched.
Wow.
Palm trees?
I think you're surprised. It's gonna surprise the shit out of you.
Do you think you'll get married there?
I
We'll get
could.
married. Aren't we all having a joint wedding now?
Yeah, we're getting married there.
Oh my God, we should sell tickets to it. Guys, the tickets are $10,000.
Great malls.
Can I tell you
Greatest
what- okay,
malls?
that's
biggest
not what I was
malls.
thinking.
Do you like malls?
Yes. What do you mean? Do I like malls?
The Mall of Asia is gonna blow your mind. It's bigger than the Mall of America. It's bigger than that.
Will you please do a show with me at Mall of America?
Are you crazy? Of
I
course.
just had the most fun.
She was just in
I know.
Minnesota.
And
I've never
you
had more fun in my
You were
fucking
killing
life.
us.
It
Me
was
and my
the most
mom
fun.
are obsessed with
Did you see me
Minnesota.
get old timey photos by myself?
Yes.
My sister and I did those when I was little.
They did too.
Yeah.
We all three have to do it.
Yeah, I've never
Or
been.
just
I mean,
me and your dad.
My
Can you
my
imagine?
parents had a house right across the river, and from their sunroom, you could see the Mall of America.
Oh my God.
The
What a
lights from the
dream.
garage, the parking garage.
Yeah.
So, anyways, yeah, it's right over the river.
I've
Yeah.
never been
Just
happier.
5
I couldn't
minutes.
believe.
And
I was
there's no
completely
tax
alone.
on clothes. Did you
Oh, I
buy
didn't even
stuff?
think about. No.
Did you go on any rides?
I did. I went on rides, but I met people. It was actually embarrassing. I met these guys came up to me and they were like, "You should go on the rides with us." And I was like, "Oh, you're coming to the show tonight?" And they're like, "What show?" And I was like, some weirdos hitting on me. So I went on the rides with them, and then they came to the show for free, and then were rude to the
Wait,
I
staff.
mean, we used to take her there when she was a toddler. I mean, all the way growing up, and my grandchildren.
Did you go on rides? You didn't go on rides, did you?
Camp Snoopy.
Yeah, no,
Are you a
because
ride person?
The little rides.
Okay, is it still called Camp Snoopy or it's Nickelodeon World
It's
now?
Nickelodeon World.
Okay,
yeah.
it was-
So it used to be Camp
Camp
Snoopy,
Snoopy.
but the rides at Mall of America are the best because they're not that scary.
Yeah, I don't
So you
like them.
have this roller coaster that's really fun, but it's so easy. So that's like the only roller coaster that I can be successful on.
Successful.
And then how about the log ride? That water.
Oh, that's
You know,
too
the only
scary.
thing to be successful on a roller coaster is to not fall out. You know that, right?
And that is,
Which is-
when I'm on a scary roller coaster, the one time I ever did it with my sister at Six Flags in Chicagoland, I thought to myself, I'd rather jump off to my death than stay on this. I hated
And
how
did
it
you
felt.
were you on your tiptoes to get on the ride to begin with? A little worried, dangly feet. You know, that's my top question I'm getting on the road now is how tall is Esther? I'm like, it's why I don't want to put a
That's
number to
so
it because
weird.
it's deceiving. The
That's
number's also deceiving.
so weird. It's on Google.
Yeah, but it's
Is it Google accurate?
I actually don't know.
Because
Google
they-
says I'm trans, so I don't know what else Google says. we were talking about this before. There's a girl that we know whose birthday says that she's 10 years older than she is online. It's so
Oh,
funny.
that's right.
It's
Do you
so
know
funny.
Sarah Weinshank?
Yeah, Sarah Weinshank's she's like 32 or something, and her Wikipedia says she's like 43. And that was a juicy hot goss. I go, guys, if she's 43, I am going
We're doomed.
to
There is no way.
Yeah,
I am
but,
gonna find out what's on her face.
well, Esther, your Wikipedia says you two are married.
Oh, it does?
Yes.
Oh yeah, didn't it say
Who's the
she's my
boy?
partner?
Who's the boy?
Who wrote that?
Someone
Dave.
cool.
Wait, who's the bottom?
Yeah. Who's the bottom?
We're both women. There's no bottom.
There's always a
There's
bottom.
still a
All
bed.
right, my family's here.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Your mom would be watching this anyway. So.
Really?
Who do you guys think like made her good and who made her bad?
No, that's obvious. Well, we used to call her Rosemary's Baby. And, she had a little bassinet that she slept with in our room. And it looked like, the one in the movie.
Yeah.
So we tagged her Rosemary's Baby.
That's so funny. And now was it hard getting it into the basement for her now or
No, I definitely think my wife was the good influence, and I was the kind of devilish.
Well, isn't it true that that Dad would wake me up when I was napping?
Oh yeah.
Just to hold
No-
her,
no rules.
I had so much fun with her when she
Aw.
was a baby. That
Well,
I'd
and-
wake her up and say, "Come on, let's play."
Oh, that's
his
so cute.
aunts and uncles would just drop in, and if she was taking a nap, he didn't care. I'd say, she's sleeping, let her be. Oh no, he'd go in, just scoop her up, bring her down,
Oh my God,
and
I
show
love
her
that.
off. Yeah.
I must be your dad
Yeah.
to you in your life.
Yeah,
I
he
would
didn't
scoop your
care.
ass up any day. Wake
Oh,
up.
and then he let her sleep with us. He wanted her to sleep in bed with us.
Oh, co-sleep.
And that was a big mistake because that child never went back into her crib.
I honestly do think that explains a lot.
Yeah,
She's very needy.
She's very, it is
Needy
a
and
clinginess.
clingy.
Yes,
Yeah.
she's a clinger.
Yeah.
Not anymore, though.
She's a
takes
big
care
girl
of
now, I
us
know.
Well,
Yeah.
Dave says that I have adult attachment issues.
Dave.
Yeah, you're anxious attached.
Okay, so you guys, we all know that we should drink more water. But by the time you feel thirsty, it's too late.
Nurse tip, if you're already dehydrated and you're just drinking water, you're just diluting your electrolytes even more.
That's crazy.
Which is why you need something like Hydrant.
So Hydrant is a refreshing drink mix powder made with 4 key electrolytes: sodium, potassium, magnesium, and zinc. And it's made with real fruit juice powder and no artificial sweeteners or synthetic colors, no nonsense, all science. So I used to reach for like those normal drinks at the 7-Eleven or whatever. They're full of sugar. But this, I got a pack of Hydrant. I feel so much better when I drink it. I'm actually hydrated. Also, they now have Hydrant Sleep, which is a new bedtime mix carefully formulated to promote restful sleep and hydration. Hydrant Sleep includes melatonin, magnesium, L-theanine, GABA, and chamomile to promote restful, high-quality sleep.
Guys, we've got a special deal for our listeners to save 20% off your first order. Or subscribe and save 30% on your first subscription order. Go to drinkhydrant.com/bathgirls or enter our promo code bathgirls at checkout. That's drinkhydrant.com/bathgirls and enter the promo code bathgirls for 20% off your first order. Drinkhydrant.com/bathgirls and enter the promo code bathgirls to save 20%, and we thank them for sponsoring this podcast.
Hydrant, where water meets wellness. Do you ever get anxiety and depression over your sweaty armpits?
Well, check out my armpits, guys. This is proof. I suffer from anxiety. I suffer from depression. I suffer from, family troubles. The list goes on and
girl.
on.
Who doesn't, by the way?
There's no shame in that suffering because now you can get the help with BetterHelp.
BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist and connect you in a safe and private online environment. It's so convenient, and you can start communicating in under 48 hours from right now.
You can send a message to your counselor anytime. This is actually my favorite feature, is the journal feature, because you get timely and thoughtful responses. Plus, you can schedule weekly video or phone sessions.
Dude, you know what I love about BetterHelp is I have friends who freaking need therapy, and all these years they say, oh, I can't afford it. I go, hey, you're gonna try BetterHelp now, okay?
Honestly, also there's financial aid. Financial aid is available, and anything you share is confidential. It's convenient, it's professional, it's affordable. Check out the testimonials posted daily on their site.
It's not a crisis line, it's therapy.
We want you to start living a happier life today. As a listener, you'll get 10% off your first month by visiting our sponsor at betterhelp.com/bloodbath. Join over 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/bloodbath.
And then I would sleep on the floor.
She was in our room, and then she slept with Leah for a couple of years.
And then my sister kicked me out because she said I had dead skin cells.
And then we tried her back in her bed where I would, lie down with her and wait for her to fall asleep and tippy toe out. Mom, where are you going? Nowhere. And then,
Mom, where?
Then we put the sleeping bag on the floor in our room. She must have slept there till junior high.
Whatever you do, don't mention how we locked her in the room with the gate.
We know the gate.
One night.
You think I don't think about her like this all the time? I just imagine her.
I don't know the
about the
story.
gate.
We tried tough love one night, and we never heard the end of it.
Tell them what happened.
So we put the gate up, and mind you, by her bedroom door, there's a flight of stairs, okay? So it was for her safety, okay?
Yeah.
Her safety. So if she got up in the middle of the night, she didn't tumble down the stairs.
Yeah.
And so to keep her in her room. And so she just cried and cried and cried. It was like 1, 2 o'clock. I mean, we were like going out of our minds.
She thought she was on death row.
We were like, when is this child going to give it up?
And she's still crying. It's so weird.
And then finally she got quiet, and then we went in to see, and she was sleeping on the floor next to the gate.
Oh.
I thought I was hanging on to the gate.
Oh, no, I don't remember.
Fingers.
Is it junior high?
White
Esther?
knuckled.
No. How old was I?
Was this pre or post Jacob the dog?
But the gate that they fucking locked me behind, they still use it. So every time I go home, I have to see this gate that tormented me. And they have it up against the stairs so the dogs can't go up the stairs.
I have got to side with your parents on this one. This is crazy.
That's
30.
so you don't stay
How old
that
are you?
long.
32? She's like, they have my triggering gate. And also, it is just a baby gate and a dog gate. That's what they're for.
When we want her to leave, we bring out the gate.
She runs. She runs to therapy.
I recently heard that there's this celebrity that I won't name that they have a beautiful guest house, and that they keep the guest house the cold. It only has cold water so that guests won't stay too long.
Why? Wait, oh, is this not a public story?
No, it's not a public story. That they're like,
Ooh, I love
Well,
that.
how are they? They can't shower?
Well,
no,
if
it's they just say
cold.
like, oh, our hot water is broken in the guest house.
They've got to be Canadian. This is a very passive aggressive thing.
They made a mistake because there are people who didn't grow up with hot water who just must, like myself, who would, if it's a nice enough guest house, that's a small, cold water is a small price to
I know
pay.
it's a celebrity home. It's like, why not?
Oh yeah, if all the amenities just cold water,
And then,
sign me up.
and then you seem like the cool guest. You're like, oh, I don't care. When really they're like,
icicles
no.
in my nose.
Yeah, like, no, it's really cool. I'm fine. I would never let anyone know if I was upset about this.
I'm a
Could
student
you-
of Wim Hof.
Could you really take cold showers?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good for you. They're good for you.
You're like the whole
I
Wim Hof
always
thing.
do.
It's good for your
Yeah.
hair. And don't you do it at the very end, right?
Yes, at the very end.
Yes.
How do I
put
know that
cold
about your
I
water.
mom?
told you.
I do the exact same thing, Mary.
Yeah.
So it's 10 minutes of hot. The last 2 minutes is as cold as it goes.
Well, she's Finnish, so they do that in Finland.
We'll
Yeah.
take the sauna and then we jump
Yeah,
in the,
back and forth.
in the pool.
Yeah.
Did you
or
ever
in the
think he was
snow.
divorcing you when he said you're Finnish? I was like, oh my God, they're doing it right now.
Should we take a banana break?
Yeah, with no
Oh,
banana.
fuck.
We'll watch you eat. I would like all of us to watch
Here.
you eat an apple.
Hand me my
We
apple,
should just
Mom.
pantomime a banana break.
Wait, are you guys gonna be okay without a snack?
Yes. I had a big
Without a
lunch.
snack?
Yeah.
George, this is
Yeah, I
a
like
great
you did the
banana
little
you
shaker
chose
in
this
his
week.
head.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah.
Always great seeing you, Annie.
I know. I love you guys. I love your little
Pleasure
munchkin.
meeting you.
Nice to meet you.
I love your weird little monster you made.
I know where all the cables are.
It's a banana break, and only Esther has an apple.
What are your overall thoughts and feelings about Palm Springs so far? I know this was a very one last minute thing for us, Annie.
Are you guys sharing a room?
Yes.
Okay, now I'm jealous.
Are you sharing a
certainly
bed?
are. And this is the options I gave Annie. I said, do you want to stay in a fancy or a bougie place, or do we want to go tacky? She's like, do you even know who you're texting?
I know. I was like,
She's
obviously tacky.
tacky.
What was
And
the
look, this is a Super 8, basically.
I love this place. I really like Palm Springs because I like the mid-century architecture. It reminds me of my hometown. I like that it gets so hot that you can't help but get in the pool.
This is how we teach her to swim.
I saw you in a pair of goggles yesterday, and let me tell you, never been more excited in my life. I was like, is this truly happening?
It's-
And I wrote Dave back because he posted that picture of you in goggles. And
She
I was like,
actually
I
put
believe
the-
in her. What's happening? Give me a play-by-play. And he said, nothing. You're still going to have to teach her how to swim.
She put the goggles on for when you teach her to Kegel.
Oh my god. No, you know what is so fascinating to me is being able to look at water, to being able to open your eyes underwater with goggles on.
Mm-hmm.
That is like a high.
I'm going to teach you.
What did you do to
I'm
this
gonna-
girl?
I'm going to teach you the way I taught my kids to swim. Not my children, but when I used to do a learn to swim program. Get their favorite toy, drop it at the bottom, and tell them to retrieve it. And they really want their toy back, so they eventually learn how to hold their breath.
So we have to throw sushi at the bottom of the pool.
Yeah, basically.
Are you guys gonna swim while you're here?
I have to drive back home tonight. This is a very quick turnaround trip for me. But Annie has 2 swimsuits to
I've
choose
got 2
from.
fucking swimsuits to choose from. So
Now, Khalyla, what do you think of Palm Springs?
I love Palm Springs. I come here often because I just love the desert. There's something that I don't know. I think it's a magical place. It's weird. It's like you have, I don't know, people from all different. Also, Palm Springs is very, very gay. The essence of Palm Springs is super gay, and I love gay people.
Yeah.
They just bring me so much joy. When I look out this window here, I'm like, oh my God, this is such like a.
that's Todd, dude.
This Todd. My God,
He's kissing a
Todd.
guy.
Wait a second. Todd's making out with my mom.
We drove past Liberace's house yesterday. It was so cool.
Did you feel?
I don't really know
anything?
anything about Liberace, but his house seemed cool.
Yeah, I get him confused with the guy who got bit by the tiger.
Siegfried. Wait, hang on. Liberace, did Matt Damon play him?
Yeah.
No, didn't he play his lover?
Oh, his lover.
Oh, yeah,
his
yeah.
lover.
Who was Liberace?
Oh, it was what's his name? Married to Catherine Zeta.
Michael Douglas.
who
Michael
got,
Douglas.
He blamed his throat cancer on eating out Catherine Zeta-Jones. when she
Did
was
he really?
HPV.
You know what? I'll tell you why I believe that.
What?
Because a very close family member of mine, which will remain unnamed, had to have his throat to figure same thing.
Because
got HPV.
He hooked up with Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Well, another person with HPV
wow.
and got the throat HPV, and so I do believe that narrative.
Well, guys, we thought you were making it up, and look at us now.
Well, it only makes sense. It's only sort of like HPV only really manifests itself in women, right? Down there. So it only makes sense that the men get it in the throat.
Yeah, they should have to get it.
Wait, did he really publicly say that?
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
Mm-hmm.
He did.
Mom?
Yeah, your mom's
Your
up
mom's
on the
nodding. Okay, here's what I need your thoughts on. I want to know what your thoughts on.
I don't kind of cook today. This has been a long episode. It's
The-
really weird to see Esther's parents. I'm kind of thrown off.
The Benifer reunion.
What?
The Benifer reunion.
Thrilled.
J-Lo and Ben Affleck.
Literally bringing me my youth back, bringing me back to the best time of my life when there were Gigli billboards plastered across the country.
The only person that Gigli was a good part of their life. It's the only
I
person.
bought a replica of the pink diamond ring that he gave her. I ordered it from a catalog. It was my favorite ring. J-Lo did a clothing line collaboration back in the day. I used to have J-Lo jeans. Like, this is just reminding me of the good days. What about you guys?
I feel the exact same way.
I'm so excited. Yeah, what they've done for all of us is like amazing.
We already know that it's probably not like this emotional love affair they're having. It's
We
just
don't know
really
that.
good sex. You know, it's just really good sex. You know, it was. She couldn't forget that bomb has sick. He couldn't forget
Oh
that
my
bomb
God.
has.
Do we have to do this when my fucking parents
It's
are
true.
here?
That's a feeling I
anyway.
get because it's totally a rebound
Your
thing,
mom's
right?
a fan. Chill. This is her number one fan.
I think it's a nostalgia thing. I think it's just as what it is for us as it is for them. It's like, let's remind ourselves of the good old days. You know, I always say when I drive past my high school ex-boyfriend's house, it's not because of him. It's because of the memories of that age. So,
But they're doing it, Esther.
how do you know?
They're not just sitting at a
They're holding
diner
hands and
reminiscing
stuff.
about their once love affair that was plastered all over MTV. They're doing it. And I mean helicopter style.
Well, how do you know that?
It's just, I feel it. I look at their pictures together in Montana and I can just feel it in my chest. I just know it inherently that that's what's happening.
I honestly, I posted a meme that someone made about it, but how like she's been back with him for like 2 minutes and he's
Already
like, hot
hotter?
again. Like he was so disgusting.
Yeah,
Like,
he
I was
really-
like, Batman, really? And now I'm like, you should make him Batman and fucking Robin. Make him all of them. He should be every single character.
I wonder, because you know how, I wonder if this stuff is true, like how there really are PR relationships, like it's a publicity stunt. Is there any world?
Well, we are one.
Now, did
Esther
you
and I are not
think
friends.
that Tom, what's his name, and Taylor Swift, Tom Hiddleston, do you think that was a PR stunt?
Who's Tom Hiddleston?
He plays the guy in Thor, the other guy. What's the
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Loki?
I don't think it was a PR stunt. I just wonder if this one is because he just had really bad publicity because somebody leaked videos of him DMing a girl being like, hey, it really is me. Which is so embarrassing. Like he's DMing girls on Instagram saying like, look, it's me, Ben Affleck. It's like, that's lame.
As lame as that is, I didn't feel like it was as bad as everyone else said.
Why?
Yes.
Because I think because the girl even said, she said, I unmatched with him because I didn't think it was him. And then he was like, it's me. And it's like, so you got your confirmation and now it's like you made a choice. Well, I guess I don't like Ben Affleck enough to go on a date with him. Instead, I'll just blast him.
What's a 90s or 2000s couple that you would love to see reunite?
Really, it's hard to beat Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez.
I mean, Brad Pitt and Jenna, when those rumors were going around, that was exciting.
That's
Can
a
I
good
give
one.
you one? That's
Yeah.
a dream of mine.
Yeah.
And I know she's married to James Brolin, but if Barbara Streisand and Andre Agassi got back together, do you remember that relationship? I was really into tennis.
Oh,
So do you guys know who Andre Agassi is?
yes.
But do you know that he was with Barbara Streisand?
You know who needs to get back together? Ryan Gosling and fucking Sandra Bullock. When she was 75 years older than him, he was pushing her around. I was like, this is the hottest. And now I get it.
That one was because it reminded me yesterday. My mom and I drove out here at midnight and we listened to the whole Yentl soundtrack because that's her favorite thing. We listened to it twice over.
Oh my God, my mom, that's my mom's favorite.
I wanted to address something very important. George, you're partly to blame for this. So on Bad Friends, my lover, my partner,
Andrew Santino,
my future baby's father, has slandered me, George. And you're aware of this, aren't you?
I just saw it, yeah.
It's bad.
It's bad.
It's bad.
He's telling people that I hit him.
Bobby is?
Yeah.
She's being called a domestic abuser in the comments.
We
And
were
racist.
watching a UFC fight. Right? We were watching a UFC fight where there were two women fighting. One was the world champion who happened to be Chinese, world champion. And another one she's from Colorado. And I happened to be rooting for the Chinese girl because she's the world champion and I love her. Anyways, the Chinese girl gets knocked out and it was a brutal knockout. Bobby starts gloating and celebrating. I feel bad because the girl that I was rooting for, not for any other reason, but the fact that I love this girl, gets brutally KO'd. And I'm crying. I'm like, oh my God, poor Wei Li, poor Wei Li. And he's gloating. And so I do one of these to him. And I was like, shut, I do this. I was like, shut the fuck, like that. And now he's telling everybody that I backhanded him and across the face. And he's slandering me. What should I do?
Hit him.
Everyone's
Now
calling me
you
a
should hit
racist
him,
and a
yeah.
domestic abuser.
Why are you racist?
Because
It's like white people going like, oh, you only root for the Asian. It's
she just
like,
wasn't a
and then-
random Asian girl. She was a world champion.
You're allowed to root
But also
for,
you can root for the Asian.
Yeah.
I can. Can I?
Yes, I root for Asians. Is that bad?
Well, she's also just a fucking badass. Like, she's amazing. But I don't know if I should call him to clarify.
Yeah.
Because he owes a explanation.
Well, you know what the fans want? My mom just verbally said yeah.
Hey, babe.
Okay. So I have a question since I've been getting a lot of very hateful emails about being number one, a racist, and number one, a domestic abuser. Why on earth would you go on your podcast and tell people that I hit you?
Because I don't know why. I'm a liar.
Why would you say something that, like, that's a big accusation? Do you realize that?
I know, but you touched my face a little bit, though.
I might have after, like in a sweet way.
No, you were going to go full force, but then you held back, I think.
No, I did one of those. I did one of these. I did, you know?
Yeah.
stepped
But it was
you.
just to scare you. It's just what we do in the streets.
It was frightening. It was frightening. That's why.
You were scared.
I was so scared for my life.
And so you retaliated by telling people I was that I abused you physically.
During Stop Asian Hate to say that your girlfriend hit an Asian.
I know, you're coming after me. I'm Asian too, okay? I know I'm like white passing, but I'm still Asian.
I mean, I'll apologize to you on the podcast.
Wait, hang on 1 second. Why are they calling me a racist?
I don't know why. You're not a racist.
I know, but why? What did you say? Do you remember?
I don't remember what I said even.
The voice going
Wait,
up.
George is raising his hand. Why are they calling me racist, George?
Because Bobby said he wasn't allowed to cheer for the white girl.
What? Yeah, I know. I know. Well, I gotta go to sleep, so good night.
Okay, I love you. Bye.
Bye, Bobby.
Bye, babe.
Why is he there?
He's shooting.
Are you okay without him?
I'm not. We both like cried a lot.
Really?
Yeah, we've never been apart this long. We're just, I don't know
We
what
should
the
schedule hangs.
Might you go?
the EU is not open for tourists yet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Might
so.
you go?
I'm sorry, young chap. Did you have another question? Did you have a query?
I wanted to ask you guys when we were talking about 90s and 2000s relationships. Gun to your head, if you had to get back with one ex, who would it be? Big gun to your head.
I take the bullet, I think. I just say next life, baby.
Let's go out together.
Yes. Yeah, I know your exes. I wouldn't allow it. It would be a murder-suicide, baby. Yeah, I can't. Oh God.
Have you ever backpedaled though? Like, have you ever broken up and then, hooked up with an ex before and then?
Oh.
Well, I've never dumped anyone. I've always been dumped.
Really?
Yeah, I've never broken up with anyone. So I would never have the choice.
Even if you're miserable? Have you ever been miserable but just never like broke it off anyways? You just stick it out?
If someone is near me, I'm not that miserable. It's fine. It will be fine.
Esther calls her friends space heaters. And yeah, I've revisited exes. I used to have I had one guy that would I would say he would fuck start me again. Like I'd go through a breakup and then I'd go back to him or whatever. Then I got over that. And then, and he may be in this room, just kidding.
Oh my God, make me sick.
But yeah, it's always you never need to go back. It was, I think once you're out of your 20s, you can't go back.
So you're saying that Bennifer has no chance?
I think that they were there was pressures from society or something. There were different places in their career. I mean, if you're both rich, it's
You know what the best part about them being back together is that there's a song that J-Lo wrote called I'm Glad. I'm glad when I'm making love to you. It's such a good song.
I spun to that on Peloton yesterday.
So she hasn't sung it live since they broke up because she wrote about him. So it's too juicy or whatever. And she just recently did a performance of it, which is a huge deal.
But it makes sense for them, right? Because he also has struggled with addiction and stuff, and maybe he's in a better place. And she just got fucked over so bad that maybe she's
what happened with her?
I think he cheated on her. I think
A-Rod
cheated on her.
Allegedly with that reality star, right?
Oh, I don't know who it is.
Yeah. Or I don't know who he was philandering with, but there was rumor that might have been the cause of
it. Definitely is a really good example of that saying where people say 1 + 1 = 3. Them together is more than them separate. It's just they've won up the world, I feel like.
Do you think P. Diddy's God damn it?
That could have been me.
Fuck.
He really fell off.
But someone posted something I saw where it was him coming into his giant living room or whatever, and he had all these balloons, and he's every Friday I just buy myself a bunch of balloons. And I was I love this, Pete today. That's such a good message. Yeah, it was good, right? Yeah, it was a TikTok. Yeah.
Do you remember when he used to have the all-white parties in Saint-Tropez?
Yeah.
That was in the 2000s, and we'd be reading it in our magazines one day.
I think they still have them.
The all-white parties?
Yeah.
Oh, I just thought it was just a childhood fantasy.
I think maybe it's just not as big a deal. It's easier to get into. I think someone went to one.
Yeah, it's going to a Ja Rule party.
Yeah.
I could never go because I could never wear all white.
Because you're going to get a period all over it?
Because
look at Annie today.
I know.
She's all white, head to toe.
This is my one time wearing this. I'm never going to be able to wear it again.
Wait, why not all white for you, Esther?
I just don't have that kind of confidence.
Well, what's with all? I don't get it. White's so flattering.
What?
Esther's never getting married. She's I just look bad in white.
White is the opposite of flattering. It makes you look bigger.
Okay, what color is your wedding dress going to be?
Black.
She's going to have a wedding dress painted on it that makes her look skinnier.
Yes, well, let's just throw you an Indian wedding. You don't have to wear a white dress. In fact, it's forbidden. You have to wear a bright red or a bright color.
Yeah, we'll henna you up. You actually would look cute in Indian stuff.
Okay. No.
But the lengas, the crop top and the skirt is really flattering.
Really? Oh, yes, I like that look. Mm-hmm. The high-waisted
skirt, and then you have the thing over it too.
Kim Kardashian kind of brought that back, I feel into style.
I got in a lot of trouble.
Oh.
Remember when Skims was going to be called Kimono?
Yeah.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was, and everyone freaked out, thank God, because how shitty would Kimono?
Oh, Lord.
Kimono
That's one relationship
crazy.
I wouldn't be opposed to. Just go back to her roots and start dating Ray J again.
Oh
what?
My God. That's
You're out
so
of your
crazy.
mind. All right. Well, that's been a me in a hotel room with my friends talking about sex in front of my parents. In beautiful,
I held back.
Thank you. In beautiful Palm Springs. Thanks for crashing my family vacay. I needed the break.
We're not that sorry.
The only thing I've ever held back was my own hair when I'm vomiting.
Annie, are we doing?
So fun. Thanks for letting us crash your party.
One more thing. Are we doing drugs tonight? You and I?
What?
What drugs?
This is our one shot at freedom. You and I were finally sharing a hotel room.
I mean, you didn't tell me to bring drugs. I don't have any drugs.
You're
with
right.
me.
And I don't do drugs either. I'm a square.
What drug
I
would
really
you
am.
want to do?
I've never done any. Look, this could have been your Wheel of Fortune moment. I've never done any drugs but alcohol and weed.
And what would I bring you? Like, I would make you do mushrooms or something?
Yeah, mushrooms would have been it.
Why don't we
probably.
save it for the next time we come to Palm Springs? We'll leave my parents at home. We'll rent a little house together.
And you'll do mushrooms?
No, I'll watch you do mushrooms. And you'll also then the next day you'll teach me how to swim.
Yes.
Yeah, let's do that soon. I'm gonna
Okay.
teach Esther to swim.
Well, thank you guys for listening. My clothing line is finally gonna have a new drop. Sleepoverbyesther.com. There should be merch up there now. Check it out.
Maybe I'll get an outfit or two.
You will.
At this point, I might just get it and just never post it. I just wear it in private.
So that's it.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
See you guys next week.